So, it's time to go beyond plus ultra. Boku no Hero, Season 8, begins now.
Beyond, behind, plus, minus, ultra, negative, something.
What was it last season?
I don't remember.
Minus, I think it was like minus Artlu.
Oh, that's right. We inverted it. That's what we did. Oh,
Uh, so, I'm not exactly sure how many episodes this season will contain because
season in quotes.
one place I saw says we have 33 chapters left, so one place is predicting 11 episodes, while another is predicting 13 to 15.
What it sounds like is potentially 11 actual chapter or episodes, and then two not filler, but like epilogue episodes. Is that the idea, or is that 33 including the epilogue?
Including the epilogue,
Got you.
There's 33 chapters of the
Got
manga
you.
left.
Got you.
Although,
Okay.
when I did look at the Boku no Hero wiki for supplemental chapter notes or episode notes on this, I saw this only does
What are you doing?
2 chapters, not including the recap material. So, maybe?
It makes it more interesting that this episode is like only a third recap and not like a full recap.
Actually, it is like right after the commercial is where the new footage starts.
Oh, interesting. Because when I was checking the actual like timeline on the video as I was watching it, I'm like, oh, this is only at like a third of the time this passed. Okay.
It was, and we'll get into like the battle. Right when he uses the floppy attack, like that's when chapter 399 starts.
Interesting, because from what I recall, it's when he gets the tail and everything attached is when was like the last scene out of last season. 10 minutes or 9:52 specifically. Like that is the last thing I remember seeing at the end of the prior season.
Gravity and Ingenium was the final thing of 398.
Like I said, I think it cut off early, is what I'm saying. Because this thing where he's like attached all the shit is the last thing I remember seeing when he's got the tentacles and the tail and all that. When he first equips it, and we have that scene of him where he looks way more monstrous now.
I just checked the previous episode. The Gravity Ingenium is near the end of that episode, so...
I don't remember that at all. I only remember him having the shit equipped.
So yeah, we have a bit of a recap of what's been happening last season with... let me just get to my notes, which aren't loading, come on! Togu's twice clones, Dobby exploding, the Shoto Ingenium rushing to the fight, the battle between Deku and Shiggy, and then All Might showing up, and All For One is like, oh, you're here to stop me, aren't you?
There's nothing really much to add. It's just recap until we get to the point where, like you said, he's got the shit on.
Yeah, and I do like the fact that he, and I know I maybe said this at the end of the prior episode, but how all his attacks are named after the 1A class students.
Makes you feel bad for, 1B. Just left there in the dust, no one cares about them.
Yeah, honestly, I don't think I can name a single student from 1B.
I can name one. I can describe a bunch, but I can name one. I can name Pony.
Oh. But isn't, voice... No, Brainwash Boy, isn't he in 1B?
No, he was in a different branch. He wasn't even in the hero course at the start.
Okay.
I forget which one he was in at the time, but he was not even in the hero course.
Mm,
He transferred over into that after his fight with
mhm,
Deku.
mhm. And the 6-in-1 large beam attack that All for One did, still pretty devastating.
I mean, combine all your bullshit. Because apparently you can't just find one that does the thing you want. You got to combine it with a bunch of other stuff to make it do what you want.
Yep, and he's getting younger and younger the more damage he takes.
It's funny I felt like he was younger when we cut off at the end of the prior season.
Mm.
Like, I felt like and maybe it's just like one of the scenes that he looked that way to me, but like, I felt he looked about maybe a little bit older at the end of this episode. Like, what he looked like at the end of this episode, he looked maybe 4 years older than that at the end of the prior episode.
That you remember.
Season that I remember, which clearly I'm not remembering everything.
Yeah, because what was it, like a year and a half ago?
It feels like it.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's we got All Might. He's got on the Froppy, the tail, the tentacle shit with suction cups and other bullshit. So he's hopping around in alleyways, which I don't know, man. I don't know if that was the best choice, but I mean, he's also running out of uh, armor pieces to help him here.
Actually, it was a year ago. Which
Feels longer, but yeah.
Yeah, which is weird because I think for the prior few seasons there was a year and a half gap.
It might have been, but like, who knows? We're working with less of a season this time, right? Like half the episodes almost.
Actually, not because I'm just going into the video files that I have on YouTube, and season 6 ended March 23, started May 24. So I guess it was a year from the start. I mean, from the end to the start. So, so I guess it was on track as normal. Huh.
Okay. So yeah, he's in an alleyway. Then we get to see those weird fucking like
Heads?
I don't even know what to call these stupid things that come out of him. Like the weird black and glowing red shit. Like, I don't even know what to call it. Like, I don't know, is it metal? I have no clue what this is. Anyway, he uses those weird branchy things that come out of him. Forces All Might up into the air, which, yeah, now we have these weird head things. Where I forget, did he use this when he was fighting out in, like, the Wasteland, where we had, like, Tsukuyomi and the others? I remember it was one of the things that kind of showed up when he was holding up his hand and like each finger had a different kind of quirk going on it. But I forget if he actually used this or not in that fight.
I'm not sure.
Because I have no idea what the fuck this quirk would even be. Flying worm heads? I don't know. It looks like a Dark Souls enemy that I'd want to fight.
It does look very Dark Souls. I cannot seem to find what that is called.
I may not even have a name.
It would have said a named head quirk.
Oh, it doesn't even say that much. Okay. Yeah, that's not... I have no idea what the fuck to call it. The giant Dark Souls head quirk. That's it. We're going with that. Anyway, as All Might is trying to escape from those things, the weird branch things that come out of One for All, or All for One, rip apart parts of his armor as he's trying to get through another alleyway. And all of a sudden he comes out and just belts him in the stomach.
Yeah.
And then we have an inner monologue as we see All Might just like cradling the ashes, which I'm going to be honest, I thought for a second we're going to flare up one more time. I really thought for a second we were going to see that. But instead what we get is him jamming the ice gun inspired by Todoroki straight into All for One's mouth and blasting him as this inner monologue shows off All Might looking off into the distance where a bunch of other lights that he's inspired start lighting up the darkness. And at that moment, we cut over to good old naval laser. I kind of wish we saw this fight because I want to know how we got to this situation. Because this is a spot we have not watched, I don't think, since everyone left. And I had forgotten about it.
You want to know how Fat Gum got captured?
I want to know how we got into the situation where this dude was able to just seed everyone.
Well, there's probably a PG where it happened and an X where it happened.
I mean, you know, likely, but I'd still like to see the fight. I'm sure it was an interesting fight until this point.
Spread his seed everywhere.
Exactly, except now we get distracted because we can't show that on camera, but I still want to see it. I still want to see how everyone got seeded. Became seed beds, even, one might say. But yeah, we're here, though, where everyone is strung up and rooted into these plants. And apparently it's like draining their energy or some shit. Like, I don't know why it's neutralizing quirks exactly. Like, Fat Gum I kind of get, because it's eating his calories, I guess. I'm curious how that works to other quirks and why there isn't maybe someone here that has fire powers.
Yeah, a fire quirk would be so good against this.
I know. Like, we know Burnin is around, but we don't know exactly where she was. I think she might have been out with Endeavor. I think she was out there at the time, but I'm sure there were other fire quirk users.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently not enough. But yeah, so Naval Laser Boy, Mr. Frenchie over here, whose name I can't remember.
Aoyama?
There we go, Aoyama.
He has his belt stolen, so he can't focus his quirk.
Well, not just stolen, it's busted. The villain there holds it up and is just like, oh, you want this thing? Oh, it's funny. I'm not even going to give him a name because he's barely here.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not even, it's not worth remembering.
Yeah,
a fight to show us how we got here in the first place.
I didn't even copy down his name.
Yeah. Anyway, we get this whole monologue about how, like, oh man, you picked the wrong side, you stupid cunt. Get some flashbacks of how he's like, oh, I was so happy with the belt and blah, blah, blah. And that's when we get to see, like, some inner monologue about being inspired. And that's when he releases his lovely little naval laser, which, I don't even know if he realizes she's here. Because he seems kind of surprised.
Best girl saves the day!
She finally did something. It only took 8 fucking seasons. But she finally did something.
Again.
Hey.
She helped out last season.
I barely call that helping out.
Dude!
I barely call that helping out.
Dude!
8 seasons worth of nothing to finally do this.
Proof! Invisibility is an awesome quirk.
Is it, though?
When the user is as cute as Toru.
You don't know that she's cute. You can't see her.
Toru is adorable.
Literally can't see her. That's the whole point. You don't know what she looks like.
She is adorable.
Don't lie. That's just because you got to see everything.
She's adorable.
Yeah, I think we need to go back to the original idea for this this title card. I think that's a better option.
No!
I feel like that's more appropriate for this situation. Maybe I need to go back in and do some Tex Avery animation to have you have like the eyes popping out of your skull and the tongue hanging on the floor. Maybe you can start slamming the table like the wolf does when he sees Little Red.
Oh, dude, come on.
You managed to get to this base twice now, where you're actually able to see her. Anyway, she uses her weird reflecting thing because I don't know if that makes any goddamn sense with this, but apparently it must, according to Horikoshi. To reflect the naval laser, which was more or less a scatter shot, I guess, since it's not focused, and redirect it back at the villain. I'm more curious how much of that she was able to gather. Like I said, it was shotgunned. There's only so much of that she could have grabbed. There's a bunch that went off in different directions. So with her weird invisibility, which again I don't know how her body refracts light in a way that allows her to do this, or that she even knew this would work.
So do you think as she gets older, she might be able to control her invisibility so that she can be visible? Because she was saying being invisible is her identity.
I mean, she's kind of been that way since she was born, is the implication. Or like once the quirk started, she faded away. Wait a minute, I just realized something. Hold on, I need to look something up. Give me 1 second. Hold on.
What?
I think I might have just realized something that redeems Toru. Hold on. Hold the fucking phone. Hold on. I need to look this up. I need to know for sure. Hold on. Relationships. That's what I need. Where are relationships? You've got to be kidding me. I've got to dig for this. Who the fuck? Hold on. Bingo. Here we go. Aha! Here we go. All right. I think I realize how we can redeem Toru.
Okay.
Because I think I found out who she really is.
What do you mean by that?
I mean, Toru is not her real name. I found out who she is.
What are you getting at?
Hold on, let me check one more thing before I make any crazy conspiracy theories. Let's see. Where is your... Do we have a year for when My Hero actually takes place? Or is it
No.
2026 or something? Okay, alright. So we don't know for sure. So, if this is accurate, hold on. I need a calculator. Hold on. Okay, when did the first episode of My Hero debut? What year? Or the first manga chapter?
The first chapter was 2014.
You have no idea the smile that's spreading on my face right now with that answer, sir. You have no idea.
I do not.
This theory lines up. Oh.
I do not know what you're getting at, sir. Please tell me.
I want you to picture for just a second that Toru is an orphan. We've never seen her family. We can make that leap right now, right?
Okay.
Let's say she's an orphan. She was found by an old man. An old man who, at times seemed to have been losing his memory. In a little town called Morio.
I'm trying to remember what character you're getting at. Oh!
Joseph and Josuke find an invisible baby and save her and have no parents, and Joseph decides to adopt her.
Oh.
So Toru is in fact Shizuka Joestar. That is a stand she's using, which explains all the inconsistencies with how invisibility works. She is a stand user.
I love your theory, sir.
Shizuka's birthday, according to the JoJo Wiki, is December of 1998. The first chapter of My Hero is 2014, where Shizuka would either be 15 or 16. And as a result, those dates line the fuck up.
I love this theory. I love this theory.
She's a Joestar right there.
I fucking love this theory.
We are watching a which means All for One can't steal that quirk because it's a stand.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Yes.
We have, in fact, been watching a stand user just waiting for the opportunity, like a stand user does, to turn the tables on this shit.
Yes.
We're still in the original timeline, before Poochie does some bullshit.
But wait, when did...
No, Poochie does that in like 2012. This is the alternate history, and Poochie never does it.
Okay.
We're in the alternate timeline.
Mm.
Now we just gotta call up Uncle Giorno and get in here.
Oh my god! I love this!
Great Uncle Giorno. We need some Gold Experience Requiem to fix this problem. Calling Pacione.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh. Alright, you know what? Totally redeemed because she's a Joestar.
She's the one's best girl!
You know what? I'm not going to go that far, but she is now no longer absolute garbage. This conspiracy theory has redeemed her, and if anyone proves it false, she goes back to being trash.
Somebody confirm this. Toru's not trash.
That's a JoJo reference that nobody got until now.
Oh.
Entire existence has been a JoJo reference. All we needed was her to start doing poses. And we would have known, but she didn't. Oh, God. Anyway, blasts him with the reflected laser. We cut back to the All Might fight where he unloads a laser straight into All for One, which he is using, I believe, the power cables to charge this thing from, because otherwise it wouldn't be strong enough. Mm-hmm. And in that meantime, while he was, the auto robots were attaching the drones, I guess, really is what they are, were attaching those things, he was distracting All for One. So yeah, big boom. And then the whole plan with that was to try and hold him in place. So the laser could just keep forcing him to try and recover and probably keep the rewind ability forcing him to be younger and younger for as long as possible.
The can't stop twinkling orbital laser?
Yep, the can't stop twinkling orbital laser.
Okay.
Yep. He's using earphone jack's ability to try and hold him down with the sound waves.
Okay. I was wondering what that was doing. Like, I wasn't exactly sure, but
yeah, it's like the pressure of just like a massive subwoofer just bearing down on you.
Mm-hmm. Some kind of like gravity forcing you down.
Mm-hmm. Kinda, yeah. Unfortunately, we get to see the whole stupid, like, weird branchy things slash open his weaponry and armor again. But just before that, we cut to what I'm assuming is somewhere in Africa, or maybe like or maybe like South America, maybe somewhere in there. I'm not quite sure based on like just the outfits.
I was getting a South America vibe.
Yeah, it's one of the two. I'd probably lean more towards South America, maybe. Anyway, we get to see them watching the fight that All Might has been broadcasting, and the Grandma's just like, it don't matter. It won't bother us here.
Mm-hmm.
Which we know is false. Like most world events similar to this shit does not stay within a single border.
And the boy starts praying for All Might to win.
I don't know if he's so much praying or just like holding his hands together like in nervousness. Mm. Again, like if it'd be one thing if he actually knew who All Might was, but this is just like a random person, and he's like, I guess this is a hero. Like it could be. I don't know. Mm-hmm. Maybe it's pride, maybe it's not. Maybe it's nervousness to see a hero lose in general.
Hmm.
You know, the idea of like hope being snuffed out, like All for One wants. Anyway, the laser can't continue doing what it wants to do and explodes. And my first thought is, well, why didn't you just have the laser come closer to explode on top of him if you knew it was going to do that? All for One is now glowing for some reason. Don't know why he's all golden right now. I don't know if he got the Chaos Emeralds or what's going on here, but he's got some weird golden glow going on. Blasts All Might, which All Might dodges, and then, he just, Flash steps up to him and smashes him in the face, knocking him back into a cliff. Or like the edge of a crater, really. And as he's going to monologue and about to strike, Brandon gets some points. Because he can't move. And would you look at that? Stain's here! I called it, baby! I called Stain showing up!
Yay! Points for
Of
you!
all the people to inspire, it's the dreaded hero killer.
Points for you, Brandon. Congratulations.
These points are getting real pointy. I don't know. I might just have to throw some in the trash. There's so many of them. I knew he would make a reappearance, and this is the perfect opportunity. The question is, just how long? Well, one, I don't know where the fuck he got this flying skateboard or whatever he's on. This like fucking Green Goblin-esque flyer unit that he's got. But two, I don't know how long he's going to be able to keep All for One locked in place. Because we don't know his blood type. And we don't know if this is the short one, if this is the longer one. The question really is going to come down to how long is he going to be held down? And how long before All for One figures out a way to loophole his way out of the situation?
I just thought of something. Okay.
What's that?
Okay. This is a stretch here, but since All for One is a master planner, I'm not too sure if he is a Xanatos level of guessing and planning. And I haven't seen Gargoyles like the 1994 series. Did you?
I did. I don't know if I watched like it religiously, but I've definitely watched episodes. I don't know if they were ever in order though.
I really want to get into that because I've heard it's good, but I know like the main villain in that has like a plan on top of a plan on top of a plan. So no matter what the outcome is, he somehow wins, and that's why it's called like the Xanatos Gambit.
So I would. Sorry, you got more to that thought?
A little bit, but so I'm not too sure if All for One has a Xanatos Gambit level of planning, but my guess is he predicts that Stain would betray him, so he gave himself a quirk to change his blood type.
It wouldn't surprise me if he has that, but at the same time, I don't think that he ever worked with Stain.
Oh.
I don't know that they've ever actually talked.
Okay, so my guess is he has some kind of blood type quirk that allows him to change his blood type, and that's how he'll get away from Stain's blood manipulation?
I mean, it won't stop it from working. What it will do is shorten the amount of time that Stain can hold him in place. As far as All for One Xanatos gambiting, I would agree with you. Prior to him being in the situation he's in, he probably has that set up. But much like All Might has mentioned, even in this episode, and I believe in the end of last season, right now he ain't thinking straight. He mentions how in order to like try and absorb Shigaraki, he's also harboring the same type of hatred that Shigaraki is. Which means that hatred is blinding him to his own plans and what he wants to do. Because if he was actually going to, like, just stay the course and meet up with Shigaraki, he would not be wasting time here.
Yeah, because Shigaraki is now within him, too. It seems like Shigaraki's rage is blinding All for One.
Yes, like they've kind of split the baby, so to speak. because of like I don't know if it's because there are two all for one quirks right now and they are resonating with each other due to that, or like for some reason that hatred is now inside of him. I don't know exactly why. I don't know if it's because his original quirk is inside Shigaraki or what, but like in order to do whatever he wants to do, like absorb him, he's let that part of himself flow out, like the hate, same type of hatred. And I believe, if I'm remembering right, the whole plan is for like the original All for One to meet up with the Shiggy for One and fusion dance themselves together. So now that there's a stronger All for One to fully absorb Shigaraki's personality, or at least I think that's the plan at this point. But yeah, he's not doing that right now. he's he's wasting time fighting All Might, getting younger to the point of we don't know. We don't know how far this will go and how far it has to go before he can't physically do the thing he wants to do, right?
So, will you say child, toddler, infant, or zygote?
That's the question. Like, I don't think they're going. Would they go full zygote? Because that's going to be fucking weird. I don't know if television wise they would allow that to be shown.
Like him becoming a zygote?
Like full on fetus level. I don't know. I have no idea. But at the same time, right? Like, if you are a literal baby, are you still physically able to do the things you want to do at that point? Or does he start losing control of those quirks because he's no longer old enough and has the physical ability anymore? Like the body is not holding up anymore to do these things, right? Like we've seen him flying. If you start flying as a baby with a soft skull, how's that going to work? Going at the speed he needs to go to get where he wants to be.
Okay. I flipped a coin. I'm not too sure what that proves, but I'm going to say full-on zygote.
I just don't know how you're going to be able to do it physically at that point either. Like the quirks he's using, how long before his body can't handle using them? Once he becomes a 4-year-old and he tries to use like one of the beam attacks or whatever that he used earlier, won't that just start destroying his arm? Like his body's not going to be able to use the quirks anymore without destroying itself. And as a result, Rewind would then continue to revert his age.
Yes, to a zygote.
I mean, again, I don't know if they'll go that far or if it'll just become nothing. Like they'll just go from like baby to nothing. I think the idea is that Rewind is just going to go infinitely until he no longer exists.
Okay. So, he will become a zygote, but we might not see it.
He might, and then he'll just poof because he'll no longer exist.
Yeah.
Or hell, if you want to go as far as a zygote, it won't survive outside of a womb, so it'll just die.
Well, I guess we might find out in like maybe 5 episodes.
Maybe, I don't know. We'll see.
Okay, because I did see the final 6 question mark chapters are the epilogue arc, so that's going to be 2, potentially 3 episodes. Okay, and I'm just going off this having 11 at this point, so that will leave 8 left. So I'm going to say, if this is 11, I'm going to say 4 for this fight, 4 for the Shigaraki Deku fight, and then 3 for the epilogue. So
that's assuming these two fights don't blend together into a single fight.
You're right. Yeah, because All for One is getting close enough to do Mud Warp.
That's the whole point. He wants to mud warp to Shigaraki.
Ooh. I forgot about that.
That's my other question of how young can he be before mud warp isn't feasible for him to use anymore?
Right. Well, We might find out on the next episode.
It's very possible. It's very possible, but we're not there yet. The last thing we
Right.
get of this episode, technically, is All Might and Stain coming in to try and take down, or at least damage, All for One while he's paralyzed. And then we get our stinger at the end of this. And in fact, I should say we get what I'm pretty sure is our actual intro here at the end of this episode.
Yeah.
Which I find interesting because if I'm correct, I believe this song is called The Day Has Come. And the original opening, the very first opening of this series is called The Day.
It would be interesting if the first one was porno graffiti.
I just noticed something. Hold on, this is funny. So in this episode, or in this intro sequence, or at least what I'm pretty sure is the intro sequence, right? In The Day Has Come intro sequence, we see Toru in here. We see Shizuka Joestar,
Okay.
and someone, she's visible in this. So clearly someone at some point has given her something to wear because she's got a shirt on. Like it's tattered and shit. She's got something from somebody. I don't know whose that is, but someone gave her something to put on. So she's not just completely exposing herself to everyone.
The Day was also done by porno graffiti.
I feel like they've done all of them, haven't they?
I am not, I'm just on the Wikipedia page now, so it would be better if they would have had a sub-page on the Boku no Hero wiki. I know that's how all the Kamen Rider themes are. They have their own page. They have a very small page on the Kamen Rider wiki. So
If it's not them, they sound very similar.
I do know. Yeah, I might need to do some research and get back to you next week. Because I know, like, I think it's like Survive Said the Prophet did one of them. I think that's the name of the band.
Multiple bands, yeah. Yeah, multiple bands have done it.
Mm-hmm.
The merry-go-round one was done by Man with a Mission. Other bands including Dish and TK Ling Tosset Sigure. I don't care about the spin-off. That one doesn't matter to me. Tagatame is the 7th one, done by Sigure. Kochi no Kento. Keiko Orai, that's the Vigilantes. I mean, hey, look, if we're going from The Day to The Day Has Come, it makes sense that you'd bring back the original band that did The Day. Bring it full circle like that. Makes sense.
It would be interesting to note what the outro is and if that was done by the first outro band.
Mm-hmm. Don't know, because we haven't actually gotten the outro yet. We'll probably get that next episode.
Right.
Anyway, cut to our stinger. Toru is now visible, and she's like, what the fuck? I can't just go around being like, exposing myself to everyone anymore if everyone can see me. I'm upset about this.
Oh, poor Toru. There. You're okay.
So we get the drop that Aoyama's quirk is getting stronger, which Aoyama seems to take as the idea of, I'm not sure. Either he thinks he's... I forget if we came to a conclusion about this in the prior season when they were planning the situation, like this whole thing. But like, he says it's his last day as a student. And I think that means one of two things. Based on the look on his face, I think he believes he's going to die doing this. Like freeing everyone. Like he does not think he's going to survive this battle. It's either I'm pretty sure that's what that implication is based on the look on his face. Yeah, they're gonna use his quirk to burn all of the roots and free everyone. And then we get a little quick clip to next episode where apparently All Might gets more help from other people besides Stain, is my understanding. So the question is, who's he getting help from? Are we going to be pulling in movie characters, or what's going to happen?
Yeah, because his friend overseas, I know she was a movie character.
Yes. So are we pulling movie characters in? Is the question.
Which
It also
would
look like
not be good for us because we have not seen the movies.
we have no idea who these people are. So we get that, and then we do, I think, get at some point. I think we're gonna cut to Shiggy versus Deku.
Oh
So we'll
yes,
get a bit of that.
Rodriguez, whose quirk is um water manipulation. I totally remember you. Uh
He's a.
huh.
Don't you remember when All Might went to Avatar Land and befriended Katara?
Oh.
You know what? No, someone's coming in. It's fucking Jotaro. He's here. He's here to help his uh aunt. Yeah, that would be his aunt because Josuke's his uncle, technically. Yes, he's here to help his aunt Shizuka.
Oh my god. This is a brilliant theory. We might not have a theory like this next time, but please come back with us next time. Like,
That's
comment,
the
subscribe.
that's the actual fucking tagline to this episode. Toru's true identity revealed.
Yes. Oh my god.
It lines up too perfectly. It lines up absolutely perfectly.
Yes. So, watch our other shit. It's just as good as this.
God.
So
Oh.
catch.
Usually you're the one with conspiracy theories.
Right,
Not
right. So catch everybody next week.
Bye bye.